Hey everyone, this is LukeMan97 with BeamNG.Drive, and today I'm going to be showing you the 0.19 update to the game. Now, I didn't really do videos in the game before, not really, so you didn't really see too much of the before this update. I did do the intro, which you saw some stuff then, but anyway, first thing you'll notice is that the buttons are now black. They're no longer white. And the second thing you'll notice is the garage button that was here in the old version is completely gone. Now the garage is a place where you could like customize vehicles and do different stuff like that. But I didn't use it too much. I went there a few times, but I didn't use it all that much. And then if you go into scenarios, you'll see that, just wait for this to load up. And so there's 3 new scenarios for the game. From the update. There's supply delivery, gravity fuel, and soccer. So that's the scoop on the scenarios. And then if you go into free roam and you scroll down, you can see that Small Island USA was completely redesigned. I actually love the new design of it. But anyway, what it is it's completely redesigned because the old version like had green grass and it looks more like a desert now, but I really like it that way. And you never saw the old version unless you're a BeamNG.Drive person, because I never did a video on it before. So anyway, I'm gonna load into the default of the Small Island USA, and you guys can see the different vehicle changes that they made to the game too. Sorry guys, you'll just have to bear with me through this loading process because I don't really know yet how to like make different clips in the video. So anyway, hopefully it won't take too long though. So there's quite a few vehicle changes in the game too, and I'll show you that in a minute once this loads up. Importing Colada. Oh my goodness. Not responding. It'll take a minute or two to load. Ooh, we'll just have to wait that out, I guess. I wish I could pause the video with this Xbox game bar, but it won't let me, so I'll just have to wait it out, I guess. Loading, loading, loading. Not responding. Oh, there we go. Importing Colada. Hopefully it'll be done soon. Oh, I didn't mention, but I might have some separate videos later on. Those 3 new scenarios that I showed you. I might have some separate videos later on about that. And also I recommend my other BeamNG videos to you, like my how to install it and how to buy and install it and and the intro to it. Anyway, here we are in Small Island 2. This is my Ibishu. This is my default vehicle. I'll just take a drive real quick around here. You guys can see here that this is totally different. If you have BeamNG.Drive and you play it, then you'll know what I mean about this being totally different. If you just bought it and you don't know what the old version looked like, then you won't know, or if you don't play it, then you wouldn't know. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the changes that there is. So we gotta wait for the vehicle menu to load up. So one change that I've noticed is these buttons are now white. They were actually the same color as this before. Anyway, one small change that has happened is in the Autobella Piccolina, there is a new vehicle. Now, disregard this CJD Special or these Polizia and stuff. These three things are just mods. But anyway, the new thing here is the tricolor, and that's actually the Autobella Piccolina is an Italian-made car, and so this fits it very well because it has the green, white, and red of the Italian flag. Just wait for that to spawn up. Here we go. Load up, please. As you can see here, it's not really anything really special. It's just it didn't change much. All it is just a nice paint job. It's a good car too because it should be made for Italy. It's made by Italy, so it's a good paint job. Anyway, let's just reset this, and then I'll show you some other changes. Some other changes are, for one thing, there's this new vehicle called Charrier FCV, and when you go into that, it's called FCV because it's actually two vehicles. There's this nice little SUV called the Vivis, and then there's this crossover called the Togarak. Let's spawn up the Vivis real quick so you can see what that is. So the Charrier Vivis and Togarak, those are entirely new vehicles. They were not here at all in the old version of the game. This is the Charrier Vivis and Togarak. They were actually revealed a little bit before the update, but then they were put in the update. So as you can see here, the back is pretty much just some nice little tail lights, and then you can see here that the Charrier symbol, and then it says Vivis there. That's just my license plate that says BeamNG. Anyway, then this is what it looks like inside. There's the steering wheel is kind of a rectangular shaped one, and the instrument cluster is very computerized. And then you can see there's a nice little GPS thing over here too. That's what the hood looks like. And then I'll show you what the front looks like. I just gotta back this thing up. The front has some nice little headlights, as you can see. You can see the Charrier symbol on the hood too. You can see that. Anyway, that's about the Vivis, and there's different versions of it too. I'll go into the menu and you guys can see. There's the just wait for it to load up. There we go, Charrier FCV. There's different options. There's like an electric Vivis. There's diesel and electric and gas powered ones, or it might just be diesel and electric. But anyway, I'll show you something about the Vivis and the Togarak. If you go inside, you can see the computerized instrument cluster. But I'll just drive around and have a big crash, and you can see that when you have a big crash in the Togarak and Vivis, I won't take the time to redo it in the Togarak, but the instrument cluster and the GPS, the computerized things, they go out when you crash like really bad. So let's just find something suitable to crash into. By the way, slow motion, I'll tell you. I'll just put it on slow motion. Oh yeah, there we go. The engine locked up. That was a really bad crash. So you can see the instrument cluster went out, and then the GPS went out too. I'll show you. The front is actually pretty mashed up, as you can probably see. Anyway, let's reset the car. So that's what I mean by the instrument cluster going out. So I won't take time to re-demonstrate that on the Togarak because it's the same concept. The Togarak, I'll show you in a minute. So anyway, If you want to do slow-mo like I just did, you just press the Alt key and then press the left arrow on your computer. That's how you do the slow-mo stuff. And then if you want to move your camera freely, or at least kind of freely, you press the Shift key and then hold that down and then press the letter C. So as you can see, same concept like the Vivis. I mean, you can see here that it says Togarak with the Charrier symbol, just like the Vivis does. And then it kind of has the same kind of tail light concept. And then inside, same concept too, rectangular shaped wheel, at least on top. And then the GPS and very computerized instrument cluster. That's what the front looks like, the headlights and stuff. Anyway, that's the Togarak. And then there's a few other new things in the game too. There's some different mods to the, let's see. So there was some changes made to, where was that? First of all, let's look at some changes in the Gabriel H series. There's only been 2 changes in this series. Disregard all the mods that I have here. But there's only been 2 changes. One of those being the H15 Vanstar long wheelbase. As you can see in the thumbnail, if you compare it to the regular H15 Vanstar, it's a lot longer. I'll just spawn that up real quick so you can see that. Sometimes it takes a while to load. Sorry, I apologize for this. My computer isn't really the best one out there, I don't think. Here we go. This is the long wheelbase H15 Vanstar. I don't know how noticeable it is without another van present nearby, but you can kind of see, you get the concept that it's kind of longer than the other vans. Not really. Oh yeah, and then another change, another change that there is I don't think that you're allowed to go inside the cab anymore, just on the hood. Well, you can go inside with the free camera, but anyway. Let's reset that. And then there's just one more change on the Vanstar. There was only, well, not Vanstar, but H series. There's only 2 changes in there. And I'll just show you that other one real quick. I have a lot of mods installed on here, so just don't worry about that. Disregard those. So, on the Vanstar, the only other change. Oh no, I spawned up the wrong thing. Loaded the wrong menu. I loaded the Gabriel Roamer instead of the H series. Anyway, the only other change on the Vanstar, other than the H15 longer wheelbase, is, let me see here. Oh, and then just some different color changes in the menu too. Like this is orange now, but anyway, those are just minor changes. Other than the long wheelbase, there's also, if I can find it, there's a van called the Vantastic. You can see the tires are a little bit in the ground, but it's a very good off-road vehicle. I'll just go ahead and spawn that up so you can see it. One thing that I don't really like about the changes to the H series is that you can't go inside the cab anymore and like look at the instrument clusters unless you use the free camera. It just lets you go onto the hood. That's one thing that I don't really like, but anyway, you gotta live with some bad changes to get the good, right? Anyway, you can see, ooh, this is a really beefy thing. Off-road tires, a snorkel here up top, and then a nice big bumper too with some lights on it. That's kind of what the Vantastic has. It's called the Vantastic. So there's that, and then next vehicle I'll focus on is the Gabriel Roamer. There was only like maybe one or two changes to that too. They just basically the same as the long wheelbase van. I'll go ahead and go into here. Basically just a few changes. I mean, there was, like you can see here, there's the LXT change, which is a longer wheelbase, and then because you can see how that kind of shortens up longer, and then there's different doors at the back. I'll show you that later on. So yeah, this is kind of what it is. I'll just spawn that up real quick. There's just like the Van Star that's long, the van that's, why do I keep saying Van Star? The van that's longer range. There's also this roamer that has, well, I mean not longer range, but longer wheelbase. There's this roamer that's a longer wheelbase too. Just wait for it to spawn up. Might take a little while, but if you're looking at the back of it, is that it has these nice two doors here instead of one hatch of the old one. I'll demonstrate that. So let me pull this out here real quick. Not really any changes inside the thing. Same concept inside. I think it has maybe some extra seating too. But anyway, just stop it here. And then I'll spawn up the regular roamer to compare that to it. You can see the back here and all. So that was basically the only change to the roamer with the update. So I'll just spawn up a regular roamer here. There's the XT, but the LXT is the one that's longer wheelbase, and the XT is just the regular one that was before the update. And it's still around, it's just that they put a longer range, why do I keep saying longer range? Longer wheelbase one in here. So here we go, you can compare. You can see here that over here it's just a one-door hatch, whereas over here it's a two-door thing. And then if you go, oh, I need to do that. If you go over here, you can kind of see that has a longer back window than that one, and that's how you can tell that it's kind of a longer thing. I'll just, okay, let me just, so that's basically all the changes that they made to the roamer. Not much, just that one change where they put in the LXT, which is the longer wheelbase, just like the, you know, van longer wheelbase. So the next group I'm going to go into to show you is the Gabriel D series, which is the pickup trucks. So again, disregard all the mods I have because those are just, you know, there. But anyway, if you spawn up, so there's quite a few changes to this. There's for one thing, there's kind of a new look to the headlights. Just wait for it to load. Okay, here we go. As you can see, there's change to the headlights. So this is the new version of headlights. It looks like an older headlight to me. And then this is the old version in the game. The old version that was before the update, which kind of looks like a newer headlight. But anyway, let's spawn up. Oh, and some other changes, not only the headlights, but they also added the D10, which is here, the D10, and then they added D10 through, before there was only like D25 and D15 and stuff like that. They added D10 and like D30, I think. So let me spawn up I think you guys need to see so for one thing, I'll just compare the old and the new. So I'll just spawn up a D30. So the D30 is called the Kentark. It's kind of like a big, beefy off-road, whatever. It's really nice. So I'll just spawn up the Kentark here, and I'll compare the old version before the update with the new version after the update. So I'm going to replace this Roamer LXT with the new version of the truck after the update, and then I'll replace the other Roamer with the, Anyway, here's the Kentark, and so really it's just there's a bed cap here, and then there's extra seating in the back. So what I mean is you can see there's like an extra seat back here, and then the inside didn't really change, as you can see. But anyway, actually the Kentark here doesn't really have the old look. It has the look from before. So that's the Kentark, but I'm going to spawn up a pickup that has the old look from after the update. Taking quite a while. Yeah, so they added the D30 and the D10, and then they made some of them look like old style things. So first of all, I'll spawn up an old style one so you can look at that. I can just spawn up I'll just spawn up this truck here. Extended cab. So they still have some of the double headlight concept from before the update, but they changed some of them to like single headlight concept, which is the single headlight concept. I'll compare the two in a minute. I'm going to replace this Roamer with a double headlight concept from before the update, and then you can see the difference between the two. I apologize for the slowness. It's just my computer isn't really the greatest for running BeamNG.Drive, but anyway. So I'll just get into here. Okay, here we go. There we go. I'll just spawn this up. This is the double headlight concept from before the it'll be spawned up in a minute, hopefully. There we go. So this is the double headlight concept from before the update. So I'll just back it up, guys, so you can see the front. So as you can see, I'll just compare the two. Let me just put them side by side. From before. Feels a little different, but that might just depend on. Anyway, switch over to this. Not really much has changed inside, but one thing that you can see is the wheels are a little different, but I don't think that has anything to do with the change, although it might. I'll just back it up, guys, so you can see the front. So I'll just switch over to this truck. Oops. So as you can see here, this truck has a two headlight concept from like before the update, and this truck has a one headlight concept. And another thing you'll notice is that the mirrors on this truck are just black. They're more modern mirrors, whereas these are kind of older style. They're more silver. And then on here you'll see the bumper does not have rivets, whereas here the bumper does have rivets. Let me just see, what is that? And also another change is on the, alright, let me just see. I'm gonna switch to that, never mind. So anyway, and on the back, there's not really a difference either. The only difference really is that the bumper is on the bumper on this doesn't have rivets, where I already showed you this one doesn't have rivets, whereas this one does have rivets. That's basically the only difference on the back. And the wheels are a bit different too. Those are basically the differences between the D series. And then another thing that I think they added in the update is, just wait for this to load up. I believe another thing they added in the update is that they had, well, this might have been around before the update, but I'm not totally sure. For in the D series again, I think let's see. Again, I apologize for the waiting time. So I think that they have a supercharged version that was around before the update, but I'm not sure if it was a step side. So this is kind of a step side bed, which I kind of like that setup. The only bad thing about it is it makes the bed smaller, but that's not really an issue since I don't really load too much, and I don't usually load in the bed in here. Anyway, this is what I mean by step side bed, the step side thing there. And then if I pull the cover off the top of this bed and you compare the two beds, you can tell that this one is kind of, sorry I can't show you an aerial view, but you can tell this one is kind of bigger than this one because, the step side takes up some room. Plus, this truck is smaller since it's kind of built to be a race truck, I guess. Anyway, I think those are the main things from the update, and I might do some additional videos on the new scenarios later. We'll see about that, but I might. So, thank you for watching this video, guys. If you like my content, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And also, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button below the video. And once you hit that, don't forget to press the like button. I mean, not the like button. Don't forget to press the bell icon once you've hit the subscribe button. And click all on notifications so you get all the notifications on my newest videos. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.